Hello everyone, welcome to my sewing room and welcome to my channel Stash Stitcher. I'm Kim and in this week's video I'm going to be making Pattern Emporium's Easy Does It A-line skirt. Now I'm really excited about this pattern because two reasons really. Firstly, because I haven't made a skirt for so long that I can't actually remember making a skirt, and I've been through my project sheets and they go back 4 years and there's not a single skirt in there. So this is going to be quite an exciting make for me because I'm starting to branch out a bit and move away from my usual uniform of shirts and trousers. So the skirt. Secondly, the reason why I want to make this one in particular is because a couple of weeks ago I made two shirts in my pattern matching series and I want to coordinate them with other things. So I want to effectively have a chain reaction into making things that go with garments that I've already made, because normally I'll make something and then I'll get completely distracted by another piece of fabric and I go to my wardrobe, I pull something out and it's beautiful, but I do not have anything to go with it. So my wardrobe is very higgledy-piggledy and I need to have it a little bit more streamlined and cohesive so it works well together. So the shirt pattern in particular, now the shirt itself is in the wash, but I found this remnant. So the shirt's been made out of this beautiful William Morris design fabric, and it's got vibrant colours in there, the blues and the greens, and this rusty sort of red tulip design going through it. And I thought I would like to make a green skirt. So I found some fabric, and I've shown you the fabric in a previous video. So I found this beautiful gabardine fabric. Now I went through my Minerva fabric guide because I really wasn't too sure what fabric to purchase, because normally I just buy cottons for shirt making, and I have experimented a bit with different fabrics for trousers, but I thought with a skirt I wanted to find something that had it wasn't too stiff and it wouldn't crease up too much, and I wanted a little bit of drapiness. So going through my guide, the best thing that suited those three criteria that I set was gabardine. So I found this beautiful gabardine twill on Dalston Mills in this bottle green color, which goes beautifully with this shirt fabric. So I think as a combination it works really well, and it's got me very excited because I can now visualize what this outfit is going to look like. So before I go into the fabric in more detail, I'm just going to go through the actual pattern features so you can see why it's going to be such a nice, hopefully easy make. So first of all, the skirt is A-line. So it's got a very simple silhouette. It's not difficult at all. It's got a flat front waist, an elasticated back waist, and because of that elastic, it is a pull-on skirt. So there's no zipper or button fastening to it, which is great. It has an adjustable fit, and she has said that the adjustable fit basically means that you can wear it on your lower hip or your high hip, depending on where you like your skirt to sit. Now, because I haven't made a skirt for so long, I can't remember where I like my skirts to fit. So I will figure that out as I go along. The options are to have side splits in skirts. I'm not having side splits in this particular skirt pattern because I want to wear it with my shirt, but also either long boots or short boots with heavy denier tights to sort of fit in with the autumn weather at the moment. So I just want something that's got no side splits. Now this skirt comes in multiple lengths, and wow, are there a lot of lengths to this skirt. Very confusing. There are 5 lengths initially. So there is maxi, T, I've never heard of T before, midi, knee, and mini. And each of those lengths come in a short, regular, or tall length as well. So you can see there's lots of different lengths. So I decided the best way for me to figure out which length I wanted was to just dangle my tape measure from my waist and see which area of my leg that I wanted my skirt to finish. And it finished at about 33 inches, which worked out at a T regular. And I know that if that length is too long for me, I do have the flexibility to, bring it up slightly, but I want a fairly longish skirt. Also, optionally, this skirt can come with a flat front, so it's completely flat front, or you can decide to do a center front seam. And I think I'm going to go for a center front seam because I want to also do the optional patch pockets on the front, and I really want to top stitch them. So I want this design to have a bit of top stitching around the pocket and also the center front, just to give it a little bit more interest. The skirt also comes with the option for inseam pockets. So you could use the patch pockets for decoration, they just look nice, and use the inseam pockets. So I think at this stage I'm going to put both in. I've got plenty of fabric, so I'm going to put both in and see how it works, because at the end of the day this is my first make of this skirt and it will be a working twirl. So as well as all the lengths, you have the fabric flexibility, and there is a huge amount of fabrics you can make this skirt in. So basically it's for woven fabrics, and you can start off with the really floaty drapey fabrics like rayon, chalet, silks for instance, which are really floaty and drapey, or you can go completely the other end for the denim and corduroy, which are heavier and obviously more structured. Now my fabric, I believe, sits somewhere in the middle. This gabardine twill is 185 grams per square meter, so it's not too heavy and it's not too light. It's made up of 80% polyester and 20% cotton, so it's very opaque, and it's just got enough drape in it. And I think at the length I'm going to make, it's going to have enough drape to look really nice in the boots that I want to wear it along with my shirt. So happy with the fabric. I bought 2.5 meters as recommended by the pattern when I initially looked at it. And I think it'll be interesting to see whether I use all of that fabric or not. So normally with Pattern Emporium, I usually a size 18, but this is a skirt and I am a typical pear shape. So I'm starting to go out from underneath my bust down into my hips. The pattern recommends I cut a size 20. So that is what I will do. I will trace off the size 20 and basically try it on as I go along, and also see where it fits on my lower hip and my high hip to get the fit that I want. So hopefully it will all work out as I hope. I'm very excited about getting it finished because I just want something that works with another garment in my wardrobe. And I've got other plans for this particular outfit, which I will share with you at the end of the video. But I'm going to go away now and trace off my pattern and my fabrics, and you will see me hopefully in my shirt and my skirt. So I will see you in a minute. So she's finished and I'm really pleased with her. though she did take me on a bit of a journey, and we did have a few falling outs on the way, but I did get her finished and she worked beautifully with this shirt, which is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to stand up and show you her as best I can in my sewing room. But I have put some footage at the end of the video so you can see her in her full glory. So I wanted to make her to go with this shirt, and as far as I'm concerned, even after all of the issues that I had, she works beautifully, and I'm so pleased, and it has really inspired me to make sure that I match up more of my clothes as I go along. But before we go into that, let me show you her. So here you can just see the top of her. She's a flat fronted skirt. This particular version is two pieces, so it's got a center seam. It's got two patch pockets on the front with a flap. You don't have to have the flap if you don't want to. You don't even have to have the patch pockets at all. They are usable, so you can use them. They are a bit small for my big hands, but I didn't really want them as something that I would use. I just wanted them as a feature. And to make them stand out a bit more, what I did do is I top stitched them with some pink top stitching thread, and I will put a picture up so you can see them a bit closer. But I just thought they deserve to be featured more. So as you can see, flat fronted, as I said. The back has an elasticated back. It's not heavily elasticated, but it's just enough that you can pull the skirt over your hip. So it's got no zip fastening or button fastenings, which is great. Now, I have really big hips, and I did worry that I wouldn't be able to get it over my hips, but I didn't have a problem at all. So that was a bonus for me. Now, because I had sizing problems, I had to abandon the inseam pockets, and I'll go through why I had to do that in a moment. But just to finish off showing you the skirt, I mean, doesn't she look lovely, and doesn't she go so well with my shirt? So this skirt should have been really easy to bring together because it only basically had a front, a back, and two waistband pieces. So the front you can either have in one piece or you can have it in two pieces with a center seam. So I went with the two pieces and a center seam. I also wanted to do the patch pockets with the flap because I wanted top stitch. So I really wanted to emphasize those pockets and sort of make them a feature. I also intended to do the inseam pockets because, as I said, those patch pockets are quite small, and they're at an unusual angle that you would end up putting your hand straight down, which is not it doesn't fit very comfortably. So obviously with the inseam pockets you would just slide your hands in, but I had to abandon that idea because I had sizing issues. Now I have got big hips. I'm a pear shape, so my hips measure at 47 inches, but I followed the sizing in the pattern, and I'm usually a size 18 in pattern Emporium's patterns, but on this occasion, everything directed me to cut out a size 20, which I did do. So I cut out the 20 and I started to bring it all together. And there is a stage in the pattern where you have to try it on. So I tried it on and it just swamped me. The pattern also gives you the option to wear this skirt at high waist or low waist, but even at low waist it was way too loose, so I had to do some serious trimming back of fabric. So I had put my inseam pockets on and I had sewn up the sides, but I'd only basted them with a long stitch, so it was pretty easy for me to pull that basting stitch out. And what I did do is the front piece, so even though I'd made up all of the front with the centre seam and the patch pockets, the front piece I had to cut away 1.5 inches on both sides. So effectively that was reduced by 3 inches. And on the back, I then reduced that by 1 inch on each side. So altogether, I had to remove 5 inches off of this skirt, which for me is quite a novelty because I never have to trim back. I'm usually the opposite way. I never sort of cut too big. I'm usually somebody who cuts too small. So it was quite unusual. And so even when I was cutting all of that fabric away, I did feel quite nervous doing it because I'm still, thinking about the pattern and the sizing that was in the instructions and thinking, it just doesn't feel right. But I then decided what I'll do is I'll just stitch up the sides. I'll remove the inseam pockets because at this stage I really just wanted to get a good fit. So I thought if I can get a good fit in this skirt, then on future makes I can then put inseam pockets in. So that's what I decided to do. So I stitched it up, and even now with it on, it's still a little bit too loose, and I didn't want to go way too loose because I was worried that if I made it too small, I wouldn't be able to get over my hips, because the elastic, when I was trimming back the back of the skirt, I lost 1.5 inches off of the elastic, and I could still pull it on. But I've made a note on my project sheet. I made lots of notes on my project sheet for this skirt to say that I could possibly go down to 18.5 inches. I think to have that extra 1/2 inch piece of elastic back would be helpful, and maybe I could just trim the sides of the skirt a little bit further, but I think I need the elastic. Now what I have done is I did trace it off, because I trace my patterns off, as you know. So I've made the adjustments to my trace pattern as well. So when I come to make this skirt again, I will measure meticulously, because to lose 5 inches off of the skirt, it's taken me from a size 20 all the way down to a size 16. So I think when I come to make this skirt again, and I will do, because it is an easy make really, but I just need to get the fit right on future makes. So when I come to make the skirt a second time, I will meticulously measure each section to make sure I get that fit. I'm happy with the fit at the moment, though it is a bit loose. I don't mind it being too loose, and I don't mind when my skirts drop slightly from a high waist down slightly. I'd rather that than them being too tight. So happy so far. So I cut away all that extra fabric. Once the side seams were stitched up, it was effectively finished. So I just hemmed it, and that was it. But the other thing I did, which I shouldn't have done really, is normally when I get my patterns print off, I send them off to be AO printed, which I did do with this skirt. But I also send the instructions to be printed off by another company. It's a bit long-winded, but my AO printing company won't print off the instructions on A4 for some reason. They only print them off on A5, and I don't want them on A5, I want them on A4. So I send my instructions off to another company to be printed, and for some reason this time I neglected to do that. So I was working off the instructions from my phone, and Pattern Emporium, because they have so many different options, you're going up and down the pattern all the time trying to find which bit you want to do next. So it sort of takes you, it just takes you all over the place. So for me personally, next time I will get these printed off, because also with instructions I do like to go through them and make notes, and I also mentally in my head know how the garment is brought together. And so I think that didn't help me at all. I think that I found that a little bit confusing, because I was going up and down the phone all over the place, but I got there. and I'm so pleased with how she's come out. So I will make her again. My first skirt in my wardrobe for a very long time, and I have really enjoyed wearing her today, and I've really enjoyed wearing her with my beautiful shirt that I made. And because I top stitched the pockets with pink top stitching, the reason why I did that is because I do have a pink corduroy jacket, and I just thought the corduroy jacket would go really nice with this as well. And that little bit of pink on the skirt just sort of brings that jacket into the whole sort of get up. So I did that. Now, the fabric recommendation for this pattern was that I needed 2.5 meters. I didn't use anywhere near 2.5 meters. I used 2 meters. So I have a whole half meter left, and I did think I might maybe look at making a little waistcoat, and there might not be enough to make the waistcoat in all of the gabardine, but I could get the two front sections out of it. And I don't know whether I've got any of this fabric left. I don't think I have, but if I have and I've got some, I might put a back panel on the waistcoat, but I'll see. I need to really go through what I've got left, but I would like to use that 1/2 meter of fabric that's left, so it doesn't end up being chucked in the corner like everything is in this sewing room. So I will do that. So I only needed 2 meters. So yes, again, I have made a note of that on my project sheet, so I know next time when I come to make this skirt I only need 2 meters. And the gabardine fabric itself has worked really well. It's got a nice weight, this skirt. It's great for this time of year. It's got drape as well, which I wanted. So it's got everything I wanted. So I'm happy with my fabric choice. So going forward, because I'm into my chain reaction sewing, what else do I want to make? And I think just to finish off this particular combo, I'm going to make a jacket. So I'm going to make the M8121 jacket, and I've had this pattern in my stash for a while. I bought some green corduroy fabric, which I showed you last time, and it's downstairs. It's being washed and tumble dried. I tumble dry everything, so I'm just making sure it's sort of washed and shrunk down as much as it is going to, so that when I make this jacket, it's not going to shrink again when I wash it. So, and it works beautifully with this outfit, though I will look very green in it. I mean, I could get lost in the foliage outside, especially at this time of year. So and that's why I probably did that pink top stitching, so I could wear something that had a nice soft contrast to this whole green thing. But I thought I would also like to make the green jacket, because that will also take me on to probably something else I want to make. So I don't think there is anything else. I think I've covered everything I need to, and hopefully you have enjoyed the content of this video, and hopefully it's inspired you to have a go. Let me know if you had any problems with the sizing with this skirt, because I'd be really interested. So I think that's it, and if you've enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't hyped, definitely hype. And you haven't subscribed, it'd be wonderful if you could, to join my other lovely subscribers. And until next time, have a fabulous week sewing, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.